Welcome to the podcast for the sisters and bros. It will make you laugh from your head to your toes. Talking about their lives, from the highs to the lows. And the name of the title goes, The Sloppy Joes.
Welcome everyone to the Sloppy Joes podcast. Happy Tuesday to you one and all.
I'm so hot and bothered.
Oh mate, well,
So annoyed.
Why are you so annoyed?
Loads of reasons.
What's going on, Joe?
Well, I've just for the audience, I'm going to London tonight and going straight from London to America on Thursday morning.
Yeah.
So it's Tuesday right now when you're seeing this, which is probably a while ago, but nothing's changed. No one's dropped out of the presidential race or anything like that.
Big statement to make.
Biden's already dropped out. That's happened already.
In 7
our
days,
world.
you think nothing's going to happen?
Nothing will have happened. It's all the same, innit? If you didn't watch social media, would life even change? Probably not.
Probably not.
So that means I've got to get ready for my big trip. 14 days in America with Stretford Paddock, following Manchester United's pre-season tour. Me and Ethan are going to do a podcast while we're out there. LA, San Diego, South Carolina, which is slightly disrespectful because when it comes to the Californian cities, I go by city. When it goes to South Carolina, I just say the state.
Big state.
It's not a very big state, so maybe that narrows it down. But I ordered a new suitcase. I thought, I usually borrow a suitcase from Lizzie's mum and dad.
Yeah.
And I thought, you know what, the last time we borrowed it, we took it to Thailand, the wheels broke, it fell to pieces. Feel bad. Probably should get on a suitcase, I'm 30 years old.
Yeah.
Ordered a suitcase, went online.
Nice.
My favourite is Best Budget X.
Okay, yeah.
So I'm a best budget suitcase, and I'm not going on these like. Have you noticed that a lot of websites will do reviews, but they're a website that's owned by one of the manufacturers.
Ah, shit. So they have you by the balls.
They have you by the balls. So like, let's say Samsonite will own a website called besttravelreviews.co.uk, and they'll put all the Samsonite suitcases as the ones you really should buy. Really watch out for that when you're looking at reviews from, especially if you go on a sponsored
version
link.
of mine, Lewis, this Ethan, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really bad. So the websites you can trust, obviously newspapers and stuff supposedly are impartial. So if you go on like the Telegraph or the Times or the Guardian or their reviews, which obviously fantastic. That's pretty much it.
Ah, yeah. So which one did you go for?
Which?
Which suitcase?
Yeah, no, I'll get into that.
How many wheels have you got?
4. Classic.
Brilliant.
New. Modern.
Brilliant.
But it said this trip suitcase, it's cheap, it's cheerful, but it does the job. So I'll go on Trip's website, 70 quid, I thought. It's a lot of money, but in suitcase world, that's sort of mid to low end. It arrives yesterday. I thought,
That is pushing it.
get it out of the box. Lovely big suitcase. Lovely sort of semi kind of chrome, steel, dark grey finish. I thought, I'm going to be the... Do you know when that's coming around on the thing? Everyone's going to go, who's that suitcase there? Look at that one going around. I wish that was mine. Get it out. Zip's broke. Oh. So either side of the zip is just wide open. Do you know what I mean? So there's a zip in the middle.
To close it?
A zip in the middle that's pinching the two sides together.
Oh, zips are fascinating.
And either side of the zip completely burst open. I'm trying to get it back to the start to reset it. It's just completely broken.
Do the Zip boys get the credit they deserve?
I don't think they do, because I think we're too scarred by bad zips. Because zips are so often the thing that fail on a given item, aren't they? Sorry, Ethan James is here, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh yes. Hello everyone.
How are you, Ethan?
Yeah, I'm all right. Zips are actually quite complex when you think about it.
Yeah,
Like,
they
how does
are.
that work?
They're an incredible bit of kit.
Google
and also,
who invented the zip.
when you consider as well, before the zip, the only way you could put something together was loads of buttons, like Sir Edmund Hillary.
Which way did it go? It clearly went buttons first, but what came after that? Zips or Velcro?
Oh, very nice. In my head, Velcro is actually probably both Velcro and zip feel very post World War II, don't they? Do you know what I mean?
There was no zips after
I can't imagine them in the trenches, just cleaning out the guns like that with a big like little brush on a stick.
Yeah, wow.
Putting the bullets back in, checking it, reloading, and then just going. It's a bit chilly, isn't it?
Zip. Yeah.
That noise is never.
There's no zips.
You never hear this noise in a World War II film. Over the top, boys. Oh, one sec.
Yeah, but who the fuck's zipping themselves up? They're going over the top.
We're going all right, this way.
Are they going right, boys? Whoosh, Velcroing off.
Oh, yeah, you never hear that either, do you? Right, we're going over the top. 5, 4.
I fail to believe, though, that the World War II boys were just buttoning it up.
Of course they were.
Ethan,
There's
come
no
on.
way
When were zips invented?
There's no way that they were Velcroing off their big, long trench coats before they went over the top. Oh, it's a bit chilly, isn't it?
Why is it always cold at the World War?
Well, why else would you need a zip-up jacket? And also,
Protection.
I don't know, France in the winter? Oh, no, I don't know, Russia in the winter?
At one point, it would have been hot.
Yeah.
Well, Spain didn't get involved, did they?
Not really.
France,
which is weird because they were under a dictatorship at the time, fascist regime. Anyway, weird.
Tapas.
Anyway, don't just say tapas.
Sorry, Ethan. When was Zips invented?
So in 1892, Whitcomb L. Judson, an American inventor from Chicago, painted the original design from the modern device evolved. And that was in, 1982.
Wait, you said 1892 first time, and then you said 1982.
Was it 1982?
1892.
Okay,
1892.
Google this. When did zips become mainstream?
Yeah.
And then do the same with, obviously, Velcro. Yeah.
Whilst we get into that, just to let the sloppers know that there'll be 1 or 2 episodes where it will be a little bit different because Ethan and Joe were going international.
Yeah.
It's exciting.
It is exciting.
So there might be 1 or 2 episodes where we get special American updates. It also leaves me and Dom by ourselves here, so we might throw some stuff over the Patreon.
You two should be going out for dinner and putting it on Patreon.
Yeah.
Can I also just finish this story quickly? So the suitcase is fucked. It is non-functional.
It's sad
Trip.co.uk. I'm not one of those people that's going to slag them off. You've made an error on this occasion, okay? I'm not going to rule you out as a brand, but you've made a big boo-boo. So I've had to borrow Lizzie's mum and dad's other suitcase, which isn't big.
Could have asked me.
Well, what does that mean? Of course, I mean, it's 9 p.m. last night. You would have given me no end of shit if I'd have asked you to borrow a suitcase. So I've ordered another one on Argos. I have to go pick it up after this because I'm getting a train this afternoon. But that's meant getting in today, I've had to have this small suitcase and a carrier bag full of stuff and my laptop bag all separate because it won't fit in the suitcase. So I'm sweating my bollocks off and I'm a bit annoyed, but I'm actually a bit happy now because we've talked about when things were invented and it's made me feel happy.
Yeah. And also,
How are you?
why we're happy is because we celebrate Joe Smith's big birthday today. Because this is Joe Smith's birthday episode. Hey, look, we've got your little card. Oh, this is from me, Ethan, and Dom. Oh, it's been on me back.
I was going to say,
sweaty,
it's like when Hagrid gives him that cake to Harry, isn't it? It's all battered.
Enjoy this. This is from the boys.
Oh, thank you.
We all chipped in a couple of quid each, didn't we? I mean, a
couple of
5,
quid
6, 10 quid each to bring you this present. And nice little...
Oh, it's ironic.
What does it say?
It's very much stag do humour, isn't it?
It is. What does it say? What does it say?
It says birthday girl on it.
Oh, but it's cute though, isn't it?
And it's got googly eyes, but they're not actual googly eyes. They're just sort of slightly elevated.
They were a quid extra.
Faux googles. Happy 40th from the Sloppers, Joe, Ethan and Dom. Written in felt tip as well.
Yeah, that's what they had at WH Smith. And then, oh, what's that in there?
Keychain.
Jane.
That says Manchester in red sort of glitter. Is this to put on my suitcase so I know how to get home?
Yes, it is indeed.
Oh, that's really nice, that. Big City Collectibles, that.
Ethan's got your real present later on in the show. So
Yeah.
sorry about that.
That's not true. You're not actually going to be a present.
Ethan?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Lovely.
It's a dance.
What?
It's a dance.
Well, we'll see what it is.
You are 31 tomorrow.
I'm 31 tomorrow. I'll be spending it in London.
Brilliant.
This isn't even what I was going to talk about today, really, is it? We've got loads of stuff to talk about.
We've got a good bonanza.
But I've got a big day planned.
Yeah.
Wake up. Best. We've talked about it before. Bacon, egg, sausage, tomato. It's the best sandwich you can have.
So that's viable.
Yeah. No, we're going to go to the Tesco Express down the road.
And you've got a little kitchen where you are.
There's a little kitchenette.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Oh, so I thought it was like a meal deal sandwich and you bought it. No. So you're going to cook up your own
Well,
breakfast.
Lizzie's going to make it
Brilliant.
for me. But
Does she mind cooking meat?
No, she don't mind it. What often will happen is she'll panic that I'm overlooking too closely.
Oh, I've never had that before.
And the stress... What, because no one's ever near you because you live by yourself?
No, I'll just be with you.
Go on.
Say how it is.
Just,
Say it. Get it out.
just when you're doing your work and you've got Joe overlooking you.
Would you stand... how close would you be to...
Very close.
Not to you.
Not to you.
To you. How close would you be to Lizzie?
Put it this way. I've got more than a few oil splatters on my face from my head being near that pan.
Really?
I'm like that.
Put it this way. I make up sometimes going towards the sink to try and clean something just to keep an eye on Becky's cooking.
Yeah.
Because I get worried.
Because honestly, how many times can you wash your penis in the sink? You're taking the bloody skin off it by the end, aren't you?
Oh, Jesus Christ. It's one of those boiling taps we've got now.
Yeah, lovely. No, so that'll be really nice. But then it's a museum day. This is how you know you're 31.
Brilliant.
It's not a booze cruise. It's not a pub crawl. It's not, Madame Three Swords. It's British Library, British Museum. And if we've got time after those two, because they're big,
Sherlock Holmes?
the V&A.
The V&A? What's that?
The Victoria and Albert Museum. It's sort of another museum, but it's got a little bit more arty stuff going on in there.
When you go to a museum, what do you like to do? 'Cause
Well,
I like going straight towards the end.
What does that mean? Gift shop?
Leaving.
You want a rubber with glitter sort of strewn through it
I
that
find
doesn't
it's
really
so
rub anything
difficult.
out.
Do you know what Becky does as well? For fuck's sake, she reads everything.
Does she? No, I don't
And
do
I'm
that.
like, skip a couple of them, please.
Yeah, I find myself, and this is really bad, and I was doing this in Seville, because I can't remember if it was like Van Gogh or someone was around there. Or there was, but basically, we went to this,
Van Gogh lived in Seville, did he?
in Malaga, I think. Not Van Gogh, Picasso, sorry. So we found ourselves in this library, museum, and I do this thing, and it's like, somewhere in this museum there's like Rembrandts and like Picassos and like, I don't think it was a Da Vinci, but like big boys were in there.
Big device.
And you find yourself almost running past everything that's not them.
Yeah,
because what I want to do is get to the Van Gogh or get to the Picasso and go, my brain can quantifiably appreciate why this guy is more revered than this guy.
Really?
Because these people are still 500 years old painting incredible stuff.
mad that,
but I'll
isn't
go,
it?
the light on that fish as it's falling from a wooden bucket is slightly more grandiose and slightly more kind of culturally relevant then and now than the light on this fish,
fascinating, isn't it?
even though they're all the same. But my brain tells me that Picasso's worth more or Rembrandt is worth more, or Vermeer is worth more because everyone else has told me that for the last 200 years.
Does Lowry get a shout out in some of these? Do you know in other countries?
I'll be honest.
Do you know in other countries?
Lowry doesn't travel well.
In other countries, do we just like Lowry in this country, or
Full transparency, I've just been to pick up the 9 out of 10 club. Some bloke outside, two things. Some bloke came up to me who was like a delivery bloke, who's probably about 60. And he went, excuse me, you look like you work round here. First of all, how dare you?
he's basically saying you look like a
hipster twat, which, okay, fine. Then he went, do you know where Chapter 1 Books is? And I did.
You do, it's just over there.
So I went, oh, it's just over there, mate. And he went, oh, yeah, it's part of Marla, isn't it? I was like, oh. And he went, yeah, it's part of Marla, isn't it? And I thought about going, if you know so much about it, what it's twinned with, why are you asking me and insulting me in the process? Oh, it's part of Marla, is it? You didn't fucking know where it was 4 seconds ago. Now you know who half owns it. Shut your fucking mouth, mate. Did I say any of that to him? No. Coward.
And then what else?
That's it.
Oh, right. Well, I'm glad you got the stuff.
Fuck me. Anyway,
What was I going to ask? I forgot what I was going to ask.
You were asking me about paintings, and it's weird how Lowry has
Does Lowry travel well? Like, is there a podcast somewhere that's speaking about the big boys in the painting world, and they're going about, Van Gogh and Da Vinci, and they go, don't forget Lowry.
Yeah, no, I think it's more Turner. Is it Turner?
Tina?
Tina Turner travels well. Yeah, no, you don't. I've never seen a Lowry outside of the UK, but I haven't been to that many like museums.
Are you asked about
galleries.
paintings and museums, Ethan?
No, actually, I wanted to say yes, but I have to say no.
In a museum,
Do you know what I mean?
Have you been to the museum at St James's Park?
Yes, as a kid.
Yeah.
Obviously, the joke is there's not a lot there.
Yeah, it's just Kevin Keegan stood there greeting people, isn't it?
Yeah, basically.
And you had a hot cup of coffee.
Yeah.
Oh, so you wouldn't go to a museum with Manisha?
No, I have actually been to the British Museum with Manisha.
Yes, man.
No, it wasn't that. It was the body one.
The body one, Joe. What's the body one?
It depends.
Where there's like a human body in there and you can see it?
Would that have been that? I don't know actually. Don't know. Was that an exhibition or is that a permanent thing?
What's it called? The Natural Museum.
Natural History Museum.
Natural History.
Yeah, I think it was that one. Yes, and I did enjoy seeing the bodies.
And are they just like normal human bodies?
People from the past who are just...
Rather than, I suppose, people from the future, which is harder to get their body, isn't it, because they don't exist yet.
Where's like Henry VIII buried?
Didn't his body supposedly sort of... There's a rumour that he was so full of sort of toxins and gases and he was just left on a table that he sort of blew up a little bit.
Did he?
I don't know if that's true, but that is a thing that you hear, yeah.
So it wasn't
Just
Henry
blew
VIII?
up. No.
I loved going to Canterbury and looking at the floor to see who was underneath me.
Oh, who was?
Just names, like ex-Canterbury bishops, archbishops.
Yeah.
But like, it's just weird, just the concept of thinking there's a bloke under me right now, and I'm
I know,
just
it's mad, isn't it? Back in the day, they used to steal blokes, didn't they?
Well, you're quite used to having a bloke underneath you, aren't you?
I never.
A
Back in the
dead
day,
one.
Not a dead one.
By the end.
By the end, yeah. Fucking hell. Can't take it anymore. I can't be asked talking
Can I
about
tell you something about the British Library?
Go on.
Which is where we're going as well. I can't wait to go. It's got... This is going to blow your mind, I think, Joe. Every single published book ever...
Ever.
They put a copy of it in the British Library.
How do they keep up to date with it?
I've got absolutely no idea. I don't understand how they because when does a book become a book? Does a hefty pamphlet about the Cotswolds count as a book?
So if
is it like a 20-page or more thing?
Yeah. And if
What is
I
it?
released a book just by myself tomorrow, will I guarantee get one sale from the British Library?
I don't think they buy it.
Oh, right.
I don't know. Maybe they
They
do.
ask for free copy.
I don't know actually.
And he has to give it to him by force.
Yeah,
By force?
you can't. Yeah, you can't decline them.
Should we get into breaking Joes, because we've all had a pretty big week?
What was that then?
What was that? That was a rant about a suitcase that turned into the British Library, that turned into bodies, that turned into
Delivery
Joe
driver.
shouting at a delivery man. I've got lots to talk about. I've been in London recently.
Have you?
Yeah, I hosted a. By the way, I've got a new saying.
Right. So what was your? The first one was "and the rest."
And the rest.
The second one was "the greatest to ever do it."
Greatest to ever do it. And there was one in the middle, I think, of we've
There
missed.
was.
But this is not necessarily a saying that I'll say a lot, but something I
You haven't
believe
said
in.
any of them either.
I do. Food's the new rock and roll. Do you like that one? Food's the new rock and roll.
And if that's the case, you are Elvis Presley.
I'm somewhere
Oh yeah.
in the later years. Yeah, I believe food's
You are
the new
Las
rock and roll.
Vegas Elvis Presley.
But food's the new rock and roll.
In what
Chefs
sense?
are the new rock stars. Food events are the new festivals.
But no offense, but haven't people been saying this since about 1997?
Why?
I think anyway.
Blair.
Blair. What Blair?
I think people were talking about like people like Anthony Bourdain.
Yeah,
being
but
a
with
rock
social
star.
media now, I think the back.
Okay.
The back. Food's the new rock and roll.
So do you think those like that collection of Welsh friends that do the what I eat in a day?
Oh yeah, love them Corey and all that. Yeah. Corey's World. Fucking watch them religiously.
They're the modern equivalent of Prince.
Mate, they could rock into a town, sell tickets to a tour, easy.
Yeah, they could,
did it. They like for festival wise.
Yeah.
London Festival Wingfest happening this weekend.
Yeah.
They've sold 40,000 tickets.
What I eat in a day. They're their Eric Clapton of their day. Aren't
That's
they?
like 302 arenas. What band can do that really? Big bands,
Big
Food's the new
bands.
rock and roll. They come to Manchester, they'll shift 5,000 tickets. That's 2 nights to the Apollo. Big bands.
It is incredible actually.
So we turn up to this place called, and I've never seen the film. I got asked many times if I've seen the film, Coyote Ugly,
oh yeah.
to do a lava wing challenge. Have you been to a Coyote Ugly bar ever?
No, but isn't it? I've seen the film. So is it the vibe sort of women in kind of red leather bikinis throwing fire while they run across the bar?
Essentially that, yeah. And
Yeah.
we've got to host a chicken wing challenge on said bar in about 2 hours. Now, I've never been to one of these bars before, so when I walk in, I'm stunned.
But a lot of sawdust to put out the
There's a lot of sawdust. There's
Yeah.
a lot. There's a couple of. There's a big groups that are having bottomless brunches.
Oh dear.
Tracy's 60th, and Emma and Jackie are leaving school.
Congratulations.
Not as teachers, sorry, not as pupils.
Yeah.
They're leaving as
So
teachers.
bottomless brunch for a 16-year-old.
So there's 100 people in there,
Oof.
and then there's 4 ladies dancing on the stage to Whitney Houston, Tina Turner.
What time of day is it?
This is 4:30 p.m.
Okay. A bit late for brunch. I will.
Bit
say
late
that.
for brunch, but I think they're making the most of it. Bottomless, but tanning it.
It's more of a linner.
More of a linear. And I've got to host a lava wing challenge in this ring. And I
So
said
is this loads of wings in a sort of tube where they're all going
no, this is
like a lava lamp?
this is the spiciest sauce you're ever going to try in your life.
Shit.
And they paid us to come to the bar and do like a little event and make the most of plug-in Wingfest, but then trying to get people to sign up. I felt so guilty in getting people to sign up to this event because I knew that it's absolute torture.
Is it really bad?
So
Have
when
you
I
tasted this sauce before?
Mate, I a little bit went on my hand,
Yeah.
and then somehow it ended up on my cheek. My cheeks flared up. I've not even tried the
Is that why they look a bit swollen now?
Shut up.
Sorry.
So next thing you know, when you say on the mic, you get people giddy, being excited.
Wait, are you just getting people from the restaurant?
Oh, yeah.
They haven't come in or previously agreed to it?
So there's about 30, 40 people that have come in, and there's also the parties that are staying because they're quite excited.
Shit.
Tracy signs up 4 members of her party.
Is this the Hendo?
This is the 60th birthday.
Brilliant.
And I keep thinking, we could kill one of these.
Yeah.
Because you got Julie, Julie had a nickname, Julie Woo Woo. So Julie Woo Woo, Julie's daughter, Vicky Woo Woo, and then you had 2 other members of the...
I love how the nickname just gets passed on hereditarily.
You get 2 other party from Tracy, Tracy's party, and then you got some teachers signed up, and then you got some Wingfest fans signed up.
So, let's be honest, odds are that the Tracy's 60th birthday, that crowd probably hasn't eaten anything even half as or a quarter as hot as this before.
Joe, I don't
if they're
think,
did they look in like white?
I couldn't quite believe what
I've
they were
never
doing.
seen a 6-year-old woman eat anything spicy in their life.
And they
it
were
doesn't
ready
happen.
to eat the spice.
Oh,
they won't eat
God.
anything spicy in their life.
It's like them. Did they do it? This is like them being shot in the mouth with a gun.
Here's what, we needed one more person to sign up. Up stepped the bouncer.
Yeah,
He went,
there's always one of these in the story. I love
He said he
this.
can keep an eye on people not kicking off in the crowd whilst also eating chicken wings. The games begin by you picking up one, eating one, and then waiting for a minute.
I wonder if this is what the Secret Service were doing when Trump got shot, by the way.
What, a chicken wing
They were
challenge?
all just, I can probably be Secret Service and eat the world's hottest wings. I can probably be a bouncer and eat the world's hottest wings.
Oh.
Is that what he's been paid for?
Probably. We did it. Him, the security guard. So you got to eat one wing and wait for a minute. Out of 10 people, him and a Chinese guy called Ed were the only ones who survived the first wing. There was sick, there were tears, there was kickoffs.
How many wings are there, sorry?
There is 6 there, but you've got to eat one and then hold it up for a minute. Oh. The one, it wiped out the entire. The whole thing was done.
So who was up there? Who was on the?
The 4 of Tracy's family, dead.
Who?
Tracy's family, dead. I've never seen anything like it.
Dead, just dead.
Tears.
Dragging him away, put him straight in the canal.
They had goggles on, and because of the tears, like they couldn't see, so they were walking into things.
Like a cartoon with the goggles completely full of tears. By the end of it.
Yeah. You could see we were on a platform, so Julie fell off the platform into a crowd like that, knocking people's fucking drinks everywhere. Julie woo. I'm trying to control. Whoa, Julie, you all right? Then you've got blitz throwing up behind me like that.
No.
I was like, this is chaos like that. You got one person just running in circles, going, it's too hard, it's too hard.
That'd be me.
Dickheads calling me dickhead.
Yeah, I'd be fighting you.
You lied, because I did say it was like a Nando's hot. I needed the people to stand
I'd
up.
be getting the sauce on my fingers and I'd be trying to grab your eyes.
Yeah.
That's what I'd be doing. And getting my hand down your pants, just rubbing it on your ghoulies.
Yeah, rubbing it on my ghoulies.
Yeah, so that you felt what I felt.
Murder. Rubbing it on your ghoulies would be murder.
Exactly.
That's one of our charity challenges coming up. Anyway, the security guard and Ed had a battle to the finish. There was a tie, right?
So
No, Don't
the
say
Chinese
what you're about
guy
to say.
and a Thai guy.
There was a tie. He was nowhere to be seen. A tie between Ed and the security guard, and then we decided to do one more.
Well, they both did all 6.
We both did all 6.
Oh, God.
The look the security guard gave me when I said to do one more, I feared for my life.
No
He
wonder.
went, no. And he stood up and he stared at me like that. No. And he went,
Is he a caveman?
no. He's a,
No. Security. No.
he went, and I had to do it. He went, this is intimidation. He went, both winners. And I went, looked at him, 6'8", security guard went, yeah, you're right. So I lifted both the hands up in the air.
Oh, that's nice. What did he win?
Oh, nothing. You don't win anything.
What?
You don't win out.
What do you mean?
It's for pride, isn't it?
Not pride.
It's bad that you don't win out, isn't it?
No, you don't even win a ticket to Wingfest.
No. I think they offered him it at the end, but that wasn't part of the deal. They just signed up because they thought it'd be fun.
That
People
sounds
love
awful.
to try and prove themselves.
I
Do
know.
you know if you're going to Wingfest, do it if you feel like you could, but probably give it a miss.
You'll probably end up like Tracy and all of her family
Yeah,
dead.
apparently Tracy went home.
Yeah.
Tracy woo woo.
What?
Tracy Lulu.
Just at the end of the night? What's that meant to be? A
Really
oscillating.
farting arseholes. Had a great night in London, got steaming. Had to be on a 6 a.m. train the next day. Lost my voice for the radio show.
Oh.
It miraculously came back at 10 a.m. when I started. I couldn't believe it. It was like the Lord.
That's
That's my
unbelievable.
week been. Ethan James has
That's
been...
my week bin.
Ethan James,
Yes,
you've been...
Ethan,
Hello.
You've been at the darts,
the
my
question
friend.
is, that's your week bin.
That's how my week's been, has been darts. Oof.
Nice.
And I've been to the Winter Gardens in Blackpool.
Gorgeous venue, isn't it?
Oh yes, to watch the PDC World Championships.
Hey, was Luke Littler in it?
No, he got knocked out very early on to Van Gerwen. And Van Gerwen was one of the semi-final participants.
That was bad. That wasn't even me. I'm normally the farser of the pod, but that was Joe. Oh, that's going to absolutely...
Talk to us about the darts, fella.
Well, it was a cracking day out, I must say. 12 of us. It all began as we
Oh, Joe, that's a fucking...
I fired it. Do you know what I noticed? I fired it. I sort of, do you know the Mesut Ozil bounce pass? I bounced it into my chair underneath the table straight over to you.
For some reason, that fart felt like a Suarez goal.
In what sense?
Do you know what I mean? It's like it was filthy.
It was filthy, but world class.
But world class.
Ethan.
Well, the darts. So it all began as we jumped into Jim's car and he drove us to Blackpool. Now, half of the group were already there as they decided to go to the pleasure beach.
Oh.
But it wasn't for me. I had to do some washing of my clothes. And as I've previously mentioned, or I'm about to mention on another podcast, I had problems with getting my inhalers due to the Microsoft shortage. So I was
The
delayed.
Microsoft shortage.
To recap,
I've completely run out of Microsoft.
You got so annoyed you threw up.
I was on the phone to my mum and I had to stop to go to the toilet and be a bit sick and then come back. But off we went to Blackpool.
Oui.
And 12 of us were about to stay in this Airbnb, and when we rocked up there, what a rough estate, I must say. Oh.
Yeah, I mean, the Blackpool gets a lot of stick, doesn't it? But it
Oh, sorry, I thought it was a
Stick of rock.
Stick of
It's
rock.
nice that, Joe. Well
Sorry.
done.
Thanks. But it is one of the most deprived areas in the country in terms of sort of wealth. So be nice.
My mate Matt has a wife from Germany, and she went to Blackpool. She came over to live in Manchester, and then she went to Blackpool for a day out because she heard it was lovely by the seaside, and she threatened to move home after seeing.
No. Really?
Hey, listen, the seaside is great, but once you go back a little bit, Ethan.
Can I say something about Germany? Because obviously talking about Blackpool, isn't it weird that Germany is a country with like 3,000 kilometres of coastline, yet I've never spoke to anyone who's gone to the beach in Germany.
We've done Germany beach chat before.
Yeah, you have.
Mad.
Oh, no, you haven't.
We've
Sorry.
definitely done Germany beach chat, but
Mad
I
though,
know
innit?
exactly what you mean.
Mad. No one's got... Germany, where'd you go? No one ever goes, we just went to the beach. Never heard of it.
Mad
Unless
that.
you're in World War One.
Maybe we should do it.
Yeah.
Maybe we should go to the beach in Germany. Carry on, Ethan.
And so we rock up there, and it's, God, you just look at the place, and you're like, oof. But we're going to stay here. So we go into this house. It's a 6-bed, so we all have to curl up and get close.
Who'd you bunk with?
I bunked with Matt, and I selected him out of being the cleanest of the group.
Yeah. You're perfect. Everyone probably presumably fighting for you in this case because you're half the size of some of the people there.
Well,
So
no,
to share a bed with, you've got to be sort of prime picking.
yeah, you know what, Bill, he's 6'5", he's a big boy. But Matt's
Imagine me and him in a bed. It'd be like 2 rollover hot dogs, wouldn't it? Sticking
Oh.
out of both ends.
Big boy Bill.
Oof.
sticking out of both ends.
No, well, the hot dog overhangs either end of the bun, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Whereas it's mayo, weirdly.
Oh. And so, yeah, well, Matt's very agreeable. So when I tell him he's staying with me, he says yes. So that was nice.
Didn't love that at all.
Yeah.
And then, before the night out, get a few cans. With
This is it. This is what I want to know.
Cans.
I was on the cruise camper and had a couple of them. 4 of them, actually.
4?
Yes.
Is anyone cooking anything for you?
No. Well, I had... Oh, this was a strange scene, actually. I got Matt to get me some Nando's wings because I told him to. And he got me the wing roulette.
Lovely.
And I went into the kitchen with my shirt off and no one was there. And I must have ate these 10 wings in about 3 or 4 minutes.
Yeah.
And when
over
I was
the sink? Over the bin?
just over the box next to the bin in the kitchen by myself, and Tom walked in with my top off and there was like sauce on my chest and all over my
Did you
fingers.
lick it off?
No, he just looked at me like I was an animal.
Yeah.
And I felt like one in the moment. But then came on the fancy dress.
Oh, yeah.
You love fancy
that.
dress, your lot, don't you?
Oh yes, well it's part of the darts culture.
Yep.
Is to get yourself in fancy dress. So what we did, we went. Have you ever seen Ted Lasso?
No, but we know it's a sort of American comes over to England to be a football manager.
Exactly.
It's a bit of a fish out of water story, isn't it?
Yeah, a bit of a comedy, bit of a emotion as well in there. You're allowed both in
What
one.
emotions?
Just it grips you, some of the stories.
The
Just
gripping emotion, yeah.
it's probably sadness and
My favourite emotion is gripping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, and
Anger.
and I went. Well, Trish went as Ted Lasso, the main character, so grew out his moustache.
Great.
Wob went as Coach Beard, so got himself a big beard.
Yep.
I went as a character called Nate the Great, who's a bad guy who joins West Ham. So what I wore for that was grey hair and a West Ham tracksuit. So I just looked like I went as David Moyes, really.
Yeah. Or Alan Pardew, was he?
Or
managed West Ham?
Pardew, or Manuel Pellegrini.
Yeah.
We added a photo of you online to our Sloppy Joe's
Put it on Instagram.
Instagram.
Yeah.
You know, people loved it.
The response was emphatic.
We didn't mention you were in fancy dress, and people just assumed it was the new look for you.
Yeah,
It
people
worked.
did say I liked the new hairstyle, but it was grey. My hair was grey and
It's
slick
hard
to
to
the
tell
side.
because it's a picture in a slightly dark
Yeah.
darts environment, so you couldn't really tell if it was grey or just not much light.
And I didn't have hair bleach. I had hair dye. I had gel, grey gel. And a little bit, you couldn't notice any of it. So I put this full pot of grey gel in my hair. You couldn't move my hair afterwards. It was foul. I felt absolutely minging. And then when I rocked up there, I found out you're not allowed in with football colours on.
You're not allowed in with hair
Oh
gel.
shit! So what did you have to do? Did you take off your West Ham kit?
So I folded up my coat and just put it inside out. That fooled
Nice,
them.
that's good. That's
I love
good.
that.
Yeah, it's good. Tom, though, who went as Noel Edmonds, got his box took off him, which when you opened his box, it said 180p, which was quite
That's
nice.
quite nice. That.
Why did he get his box took off him?
No boxes allowed.
Because MJ, my mate, who was in front of him, went as a wrestler, and he had a wrestling belt. And they took it off him. He said, "You can't have that." And they went, "Well, if you're taking that belt off me, you can't let him in with his box."
Oh,
That's you fucking hell. Can you get the box at the end of the day? Did they keep it for them?
Yeah, he picked it up
it's
at
a
the end of
knobhead
the
play
day.
that though,
Yeah.
isn't it, by MJ.
So what time does things wrap up then? And are you pissed by that point?
Oh, yeah, you get in, you get your big picture,
Is it
you're
really
on the
fun?
beers. Oh, it's great fun, you get involved. Obviously, it's the only sport where you go and it's live and you just watch it on the TV.
That's true because you can't actually see the dartboard, can you?
No,
It's
like
so small.
Yeah, it's like
Unless
someone
you're really
doing knitting or something, isn't it? It's too precise and tiny.
Unless you're really front row.
Yeah,
That's why I don't get when people go watch Formula One. You see it for about 3 seconds. don't
yeah, that's true.
you? Yeah.
That's it.
Mad. But who won?
The winners were Luke Humphries and Michael van Gerwen, and then
Hey.
in the final, Luke Humphries beat Michael van Gerwen.
Ooh, I saw that on Sky Sports after.
I was trying to look for you because you had a at Sloppy Joe's sign, didn't you?
Well, we went on the big screen quite a few times, so I was feeling optimistic. I think the only one who got on was Ryan, who dressed up as Woody because there was another Woody in front of him, so they'd done a bit of a Spider-Man thing, so that was quite funny.
It's really
Great day out.
Was it really good?
Went out of Pop World afterwards,
Oh god.
got on the piss, got to that stage where I classically just wander around all the floors and lose track of everyone. I do that every time.
Yeah.
That
Started.
pop world is aggy.
Oh
Is it?
yeah.
Is it mad? Is it how many fights do you think are started in that pop world across the weekend? Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night.
It's multiple. It's Aggie. Did you get any trouble?
Yeah, I think Webber started a fight with someone, and then they calmed it down.
Who did it then, was it?
And then another. I think Webber went back in again, and then, yeah.
Are your
What?
are your mates dickheads?
So he started a fight, battered someone, and then went back in for a second round.
I reportedly, as I was at this point just wandering
we don't want to get
around.
arrested as a result of this podcast.
Your Honour.
Yeah, I was just I didn't know where I was. I ended up getting fish and chips at 2:30 in the morning.
Crikey.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Nice.
That was all right. Yeah. Great trip out. Next day we went to the beach to get fish and chips again, and it was a disaster. We're all hungover. The seagulls attacked us. We went to the worst fish and chip shop ever. As when we got there, we sat down. The old guy come out, went, "You can't sit down in here." And we're like, "Why?" And he went, "You didn't pay for sitting." We're like, "We weren't offered that." So he stood there growling until we got out. I read the reviews, and the reviews said that apparently a mother and an autistic child went in there, and the exact same thing happened to her because she didn't pay for a meal. They didn't let the autistic child sit down.
So you've been there before?
No.
Your mum's not going back though, is she? That's really quite bad, actually, isn't it? What's the point?
That's bad. Well,
People get. I bet what it is he's probably owned that chippy since the 80s when Blackpool was booming. Yeah. And it's slowly, and he started to having to eat into his savings to keep it going. Yeah. And he's probably got no money left, and he's making about £8 a day, and he makes 50 extra p on each order when they're sitting in.
Perfect.
And he's probably absolutely sick of it.
Sick of it.
I'm with him.
Yeah.
You both have a meal or you fuck off.
Fuck you off. Before we move on to the 9 at 10 club, I've got here in my notes that you want to talk about your new, fucking hell, not a new one, sleep and breakfast routine.
Now this is good. This is one I might try and stick to. Do you fall asleep? Have we talked about this?
Fall asleep, you got headphones in.
I've got headphones in. Have I talked about this already then?
No, but all you briefly said is that you sometimes listen with headphones in to stuff.
And
the ears are all blocked, aren't they?
They have been blocked, yeah. So it's not a good thing, is it, falling asleep with your headphones in?
Yeah.
Or I'll fall asleep like scrolling TikTok, like I fall asleep with my phone in my hand and like drop it on the floor. It's just not healthy, and it means I'm going to sleep at like 1 a.m.
Yeah.
I get in bed at about 10:30, and I'm still scrolling at 1 a.m.
That's bad, isn't it?
But I've got a new thing.
Go on.
And I've only done it for 5 nights.
Xanax.
Hide it. Like 8 paracetamol. No, I've only done it for 5 nights. But every single night, I've put my phone down, done this instead, because it's like, if I've just put my phone down, I just start thinking and then I pick my phone back up. Whereas, what are you looking at there?
Oh, this is, you briefly mentioned this.
Have I showed it?
You've not showed us it. You briefly talked about that you're going to do this. Fucking hell. So when you mentioned it last time, you're going to say you're going to get your Kindle strapped to this little wiry thing that you can have above your bed. We can see it in action here. I put the picture in. Don't tell me you actually bought the clicker.
I bought the clicker. But the great thing about it is, there you go, look, Kindle. So the great thing about it is, I can, because I used to read my Kindle, so I'll be sat up and then you have to press it. So you have to hold your hands like this, and then slowly the blood's draining from your wrists. Oof. Or you're laying on your side and it's falling towards you and hitting you in the face. Whereas now it's just above my face, and I can get all comfy like how I would sleep, laid on my side with the clicker under the pillow in my hand. So I turn it to my face and I'm clicking. I'm reading about Jerry Adams and the IRA and trying to kill Margaret Thatcher and that. Don't tell me if he did. Spoiler alert. But there's a plot to kill Thatcher. Reading about Bobby Sands and that. Oh, horrible. Do you know about that?
Bobby Sands?
He was someone who got imprisoned in the 80s or 70s as part of the IRA. I don't know if he technically would say he was, but I think he was. But anyway, he went on a hunger strike.
Oh.
And whilst he was on hunger strike, this is just sad, but 1 second. Whilst he was on hunger strike, he got put forward as an MP. So it was like 30 days into this hunger strike, and he becomes an MP for Great Britain in Northern Ireland.
Oh, shit.
So this MP for Great Britain dies of a hunger strike, and it was worldwide massive news because he's literally in prison on a hunger strike as an MP, dies.
Oh, you can be in prison and be an MP?
I guess so. Anyway, terribly sad.
Starving.
But while I'm reading, you couldn't do that, could you? Of all the ways to go. The only thing would be is you'd finish your sentence before you'd ran out of fuel. Sorry, that's really harsh. I don't mean it.
10 years, he's still going?
You ever seen that bloke who just ate tablets for a year? And
What
just,
kind of tablets?
like vitamins.
No.
And he was fine. Anyway, Bobby sounds very sad. Genuinely very sad. Anyway, so I'm reading it, In 5 days, how many pages of book do you think I've read cumulatively before falling asleep?
I think you fall asleep after 15.
15 pages a day, so what's that? 15 times 5, somewhere in the region of 75. Yeah, okay. Ethan, how many pages do you think I've read of this book?
Oh, I think you get too comfy now in your new position and you're just flat out. How many days did you say?
5.
I'm going to say 5 per day, 25.
I've read 6 pages in total.
No, you've not.
I'm falling asleep like this. One day, I didn't even read a paragraph. The other night before last, I turned it on and didn't even bother trying to read. Just looking at the Kindle screen made me fall asleep.
Fucking
It's amazing. I've never fallen asleep like it. I've fallen asleep at 11 p.m, quarter to 11, half 11, all before midnight.
And then what are you doing for your breakfast?
Waking up NutriBullet. I've just joined 2016. Lizzie's mum and dad got me a NutriBullet for my birthday. Let me open it early so they could see it. It's amazing. It's very 2016, isn't it?
See it.
So they could see me open it. We sat in the back garden. They both got COVID. They bleached it. And
What's
gave it
happening
me.
with COVID, by the way? Why has everyone got COVID again?
I don't know.
Is it coming back?
I think it's coming back. But yeah, so I've been on the NutriBullet this morning. Kale, watermelon, 2 bananas, lime juice, water.
Is that it? Yeah. Is it nice?
Fantastic.
So what did you do? Just blitz it and then just neck it? And does it taste all right?
It's gorgeous.
Really?
Yeah.
Don't believe it.
Fibre, water, juice.
Right, that's got me very hungry. It's time, everyone, for the 9 out of 10 club.
Birthday bonanza.
Birthday
best foods
bonanza.
in the world. Oh, it's the best foods in the world. You've chosen something today because it's early in the morning.
Yeah.
You wanted breakfasts.
We're recording it, in the AM, which is different. It means we can try different foods. And I thought it'd be great to do Joe Smith's big birthday bonanza. We highlighted it yesterday when we were together that this is going to be the breakfast birthday bonanza. We've decided to go down a route of what I'm calling posh egg sandwiches.
And this is a bit of a thing that's taking place around the world, isn't it?
Now, there is one place in particular that's led the way. They're called what, Joe?
Egg and Co. Oh, Egg Slut, yeah.
Egg Slut. Now, Egg Slut, I think I saw first on TikTok in like LA. All right? Have you heard of Egg Slut, Ethan?
No, I've not heard of egg slut.
It's basically posh egg sandwiches. Then they came over to England. I've had one in London.
Camden Market.
And now you get, when something popular like that happens,
Oh my God.
you get copycats.
Yeah.
I'll bring
And
you
here
yours.
we are. Oh my goodness.
Yours look incredible. And I've accidentally ordered one too many.
Egg and Co. So, it's essentially a brioche bun. Posh scrambled eggs with chives in. I can see American cheese maybe. And then you get either your bottom filling could be sausage, it could be bacon.
Yeah.
What else could it be? Avocado.
Yeah, they do a caramelised onion. So look at that. That's
It
the
looks
sausage
pretty good
one.
actually, to be fair.
It looks fantastic.
How much for one of these?
About £9.
Whoa.
So it's not cheap. But you've got the egg and bacon. I've got egg and sausage.
Oh, it's quite nice.
Got that.
Right, we've just demolished most of that food there. I like the idea of what these posh egg sandwiches are trying to create. But for £8, I'm often brought back to the other breakfast deals that are about, in the morning time. And you think, the bacon was nice and crispy, but it wasn't as salty as I'd like.
Yeah.
The eggs are pretty good. I think we struggled a little bit with the brioche bun.
Slightly firm underfoot, wasn't it?
We thought, is that a reason it's slightly firm? The scrambled eggs, though, Ethan, do you enjoy them?
Yeah, I did actually. I'm not a massive scrambled egg fan usually, but I thought they were good scrambled eggs. The bacon was nice and crispy. Yeah, the bread was a bit stale, wasn't it? I like the sauce. It's decent.
It's decent.
I think it was £9 actually.
It was, yeah.
For £9 per sandwich, I think.
The big breakfast bonanza, has it let us down, Joe?
I think it has a little bit.
No, sorry about that.
But it might just be a bad day.
Bad day in the breakfast bonanza office.
Because I've been to Egg Slut in London. I went on a food tour with my mum, cycling around London. I spoke about it before. Yeah, about 5 years ago.
You've not spoken about that before.
We cycled across London, sampling some of the greatest foods that London has to offer.
What was the nice thing you had?
Have you ever heard of Egg Slut? They do lovely brioche and
You
egg.
and your mum cycled to Egg Slut. Sounds like a lie, that.
It does a little bit, but it's true. We went there and it was fantastic. The brioche was soft, almost that sort of gummy texture you get from a brioche, the soft eggs, the soft avocado. It seemed like it would be too much, but it wasn't. This, on the other hand, I think maybe they've had a bit of a bad day, or they've over-microwaved the bun.
Yeah, the bun felt odd.
The bottom half of the bun felt a bit stiffer than you'd like. Brioche is meant to be light and airy and cakey almost. This was a bit stiff. But the idea I like, but I can't in good conscience put that in the 9 out of 10 club, I'm afraid.
No, I don't think so either.
It's a
Ethan,
shame.
can you?
No, it's filled a spot for this morning. I was really struggling at the morning podcast, as you've probably told.
Yeah.
But it's filled a spot.
So unfortunately, it's not in the 9 out of 10 club. But it does lead us on nicely to our final feature of the day. Final feature, guys, until you return from America.
Oh.
Ethan, hold my hand. It's time for the top 3.
Harry Potter.
Right then, on to the top 3, and our top 3 this week is best breakfast items. So we can pick anything here that you might eat in the morning. Are we including pastries?
We're including pastries. Now, just a couple of ground rules. You can't have a full English. You can pick sausages, hash browns, toast, whatever. If you're picking cereal, you have to pick a specific cereal. If you're picking fruit, you have to pick some specific fruit. You can't just say, oh, I like fruit, or I like toast, or cereal. You can have toast, yeah, that's different.
Is that all right with you, Ethan?
So no combinations whatsoever.
Well, you can have, let's say, like some cereal with, banana on it. You can have that, but I don't want you just saying cereal or like a full English. You can have a sandwich or bits and bobs.
Okay.
I'm going to go with, in third place, a bowl of Crunchy Nut cornflakes.
Oh,
I think they're a delight.
Ludicrously tasty.
And they make your milk sweet, sweet milk. In second place, a McDonald's hash brown.
Oh, fantastic shout.
It is just one of those bites of food that even from my childhood I remember being so perfect.
Yeah.
And still now, if they're crispy and they're hot, fucking hell. But at number 1, and this is a recent change in my life, it would have been either of these 2 meat options, but buy sausage, hello, streaky bacon. Streaky bacon is the best breakfast item you can have.
It is good.
It can go on pancakes, it can go on your sandwiches, it can go on waffles, it can go on your full English, and it's the star of the show.
That is fantastic. That's really good. Number 3, beans on toast.
Oh,
It is a classic for a reason. Warburton's Toasty. More Lurpak than sense. Baked beans. If you want to grate a bit of cheese on, I'm not going to stop you.
No.
A little bit of brown sauce on the side. Might not even use much of the brown sauce, but there's definitely one it there. Incredible bit of food. Number 2. Muesli.
Oh, fuck off.
Swiss muesli. Blue box, no added sugar, please. It's dry. It's sort of almost savoury, but then you've got those little nuggets of raisin dotted throughout. Lovely hazelnut halves. Those little flaky bits that no one really knows what they are. Probably some sort of dandruff.
Have you heard him, Ethan?
Swiss muesli.
Muesli.
Swiss muesli.
Of everything you can have for a breakfast, muesli.
that's
Not even
right.
crumpets.
Oh,
Number 2. Pikelets. Take Swiss muesli out of this. Pikelets. They're like a thinner crumpet.
Oh, yeah.
So there's more surface area of crisp.
That's nice.
They're fantastic. Butter.
Number 1?
And number 1, without question, the best thing you can have for breakfast is a sausage sandwich.
Oh, yeah, I'll give you that one.
A sausage sandwich, again, roll, loads of butter, brown sauce, Cumberland sausages, nice and peppery, open, slice, gob. Gorgeous.
Brilliant.
Ethan.
I must say, before doing this segment, I must admit, I don't eat breakfast at all, ever. Like, I never have breakfast.
It's one of those woe is me kind of, I don't have time in the morning.
I just don't incorporate it into my schedule. I'd probably be a bit chubbier if I did have breakfast. But
Why have you cut,
That's fucking
why have you
rude,
cut to him?
because, no, sorry, I'd probably be a bit chubbier when I do have breakfast because my diet.
Just do it again. Every time you
Stay
say
on you.
It's weird. Every time you say chubby, it cuts to Joe.
I don't. This is automated vision.
Okay,
mix.
right. Let me just test that.
Say
Sorry.
the word wanker and see who it cuts to then.
Let me just test something quickly.
No.
Cut back to you, Ethan. Chubby.
Let me test something. Arsehole. No! No sense to the audio listeners that, but yeah.
Go on then, Ethan.
I just got my arse handed to me. That's sweet chili sauce.
Well, so I never have breakfast, but if I am to choose, I'd probably say at number 3 would be yogurt and berries.
It's not bad.
Because yogurt and berries.
It deserves to be in here.
Roll up.
Because I don't really eat too well.
All right, you don't eat much.
And
Fucking
probably if you did eat a lot of breakfast, you'd probably get quite chubby, wouldn't you?
Yeah. And sorry, sure. And I do like it when the berry juice gets all over the yogurt.
Oh god.
Oh, it's lovely. Just spreads all out. Number 2, because I thought I'd get in on this sausage bacon debate.
Yeah.
I think bacon pips the
bacon
sausage.
is better.
I think the sausage can be great, but the bacon's more versatile, and it's always a bit easier to have the bacon. I feel it's yeah.
Smoked or unsmoked?
Yeah, I'd probably be unsmoked, but I'm not. I don't mind smoked.
Gross.
I must say. In at number 1 is the cheesy flatbread bacon from McDonald's. It tastes of absolutely nothing, and I just enjoy just how easy it is to eat and how cheap it is.
I've got to say something, Joe. That might be the worst top 3.
That's crazy.
Number 1 I've ever heard.
That's the
something
crazy.
that tastes of nothing.
He purposely chooses it because it tastes of nothing and it's easy
why?
to eat.
It's warm and it's cheap, and that means I could get 2 of them.
Why not just buy one thing you like?
I hate that muck muffin. You give it to me once, and it didn't taste of anything. I thought this was
But that's
diabolical.
one of the selling points of the
muffin.
flatbread.
That's a very good point, but the flatbread, I think, wins for texture.
Okay.
There's no texture in a flatbread.
Mug muffin is
The
called.
mug muffin. What the fuck's this mug muffin that you've been eating? I tried a mug muffin once.
That's
Foul.
ridiculous. Is
Awful
number
top.
1,
That's the
Ethan.
worst top 3 you've ever done.
That's crazy. That's worse.
wouldn't
You think that's better than black pudding?
Oh, black pudding's brilliant.
Better than a cheesy bacon flatbread?
Probably on its day.
Right, brilliant. He's a sham. He's a sham. He's a sham.
Right, thank you very much for joining us. This has been Sloppy Joes, of course. We will be in America right now. Hopefully the next episode will be coming to you from the United States of
that'd be
America.
great,
We'll be
great.
getting Joe patched in, of course, where pos, and you can be releasing some Patreon exclusives as well.
What will
with
happen
Dom.
when you say the word chubby on an American episode?
Well, you know,
Oh, yeah.
it'd be tricky, won't it?
Chubby penis. Slapping Ethan's mum's face with it. See the people work.
This is all gonna have to get cut.
No,
Right, that's all been cut. You've had to go with someone's mum.
Cut that.
You've had to go with
He
someone's
had to go
mum.
with me twice. Call me chubby. I don't want you to see if I
He
said
didn't call you
chubby.
chubby. He didn't say anything. The camera
Stay
goes
in.
where it wants. Thank you very much for joining us. Bye. Wave, Ethan.
I'll see you later, everyone.
See you
All right, then,
America.
to even it up, pedantic twat. Oh, shit, it's gone to you again. That was meant to go to me. Sorry, Joe. Bye.